Hi. So this is going to be um, my contribution to the One Marvelous Scene initiative. My One Marvelous Scene, the scene that I think in the entire MCU is um, is a standout. Is Iron Man 3, where Iron Man has to save all these people who are falling out of the airplane. And I think it was a surprise because the focus up until that point had always been on the hero. Is the hero going to make it? Is he good enough? Can he fight the bad guy, etc., etc.? And usually, like if you're talking about just the average, normal person, background person in the story, it's about them like cheering him on, like yay, you know. And it's almost like they'd forgotten that one of the meanings of hero is to take care of people, to save people. So it's like I had enjoyed the movie so much I hadn't even noticed that they had veered away from that for a while. So it was just like, oh yeah, being a hero is like saving people. Oh, that's number one. Number two is not only did he have to save them, but it's like he couldn't save them. Like there was no time, like literally fighting against gravity. There was no time to get all the Iron Man suits or whatever. He couldn't do it by himself. So now he had to use other skills, which was like calming people down when they're panicked, getting them to work together, getting them to be heroes too. Because if you remember, there was like he had to hold two of their hands, and then they had to hold the hand of someone else, and they had to hold the hand of someone else. So it was like it was making like a V chain of people in the sky, which was just incredible. And just it's like you can't look away. It's one of those scenes that has you gripping, like because there's that suspense. There's that, oh my gosh, is everybody gonna make it? What are they going to do when they reach the ground? There's all this stuff happening, and they really milk the tension where it's just like that last person. They're trying to grab onto them, like come on, come on, come on, grab onto them. And Iron Man at this point, he has his hands full, so he can't really do it himself. Like everything in his arc has been about doing it himself, so he can't really do it himself. He has to just through encouragement and through, like, he has to trust in other people, ordinary people, people who are not that clever, who are not as you know don't have the capabilities he has, or the money, or the whatever. They're just ordinary people, and he has to trust them to help him save you know their colleagues. And remember, like, these are people. I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but anyway, these are people who they themselves are falling, right? Their life is not yet, they're not safe yet, right? They're not in this position of power and control like Iron Man usually is. And while they're saving people, they're also falling, but they also have to, like, save somebody else as well. And I think that was an amazing scene because doesn't just show Iron Man as a hero, it shows him how he can inspire heroism in others. And I'm sure those people were never the same again, and maybe having a taste of heroism made them go on to do greater things. Maybe not in a superhero capacity, but something that would change the world in their existence. So yeah, that's and I think that scene really reflects. the rest of the MCU, because it's it shows it shows that you can get inspired by your. I mean, MCU is full of fictional heroes, but it reflects so much of what goes on in our own lives in real life, that that can somehow be transferred to the ordinary person, to feel like, hey, I can be something better, in their own way, all the heroes in their own way, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, you just kind of feel like if they're willing to sacrifice, you know, a lot more than any of us have, and I think every one of those characters has had their moment of sacrifice, that they've had to give it all up and in order to be selfless to save somebody else. Um, if they can do that, then what more the rest of us, we also are called to step up and be more. And I think that is why um, the skydiving scene is the one marvelous scene of my choice. And unfortunately, I'm in Malawi, so I think we're the last country in the world that doesn't have a cinema. So I have to wait until the DVD release before I get to watch Endgame. But, pray for me, so that I don't get spoilers up until then. But there's really no hope. There's none. All right. Bye.